Bear down, Chicago Bears. What's going on? I'm Dan Levy, Bears latest fan art sports. Welcome to the program, as we like to say in the biz. Just remember this one. And another friendly reminder. The Packers suck. Green Bay blows. This is not a place for you if you're Packer fans. Get on with your cheeses. Get on with your day. It is here where we talk Bears football. It is here where Bears fans unite, where people like me have in their passwords for all their social medias and all their email where things like Ditka still live and Hallis Hall and Erlacher, 54, 34, sweetness, whatever combination Bear you can put in that, that's where we all congregate. So what's going on? Big show. Let's get right to it. The Bears are continuing to announce more roster moves as they are snipping it down to 53. By this evening, we will have a full-on Bears team. A lot of painful cuts are coming this way, but with injuries making their way as well, again, this is a time for the Bears to plan. We'll get to that. First and foremost, reserve non-injury football injury. Zoff Frazier, defensive back, was placed on the reserve non-football injury list, so he is done for now. Players that have been waived: defensive back Millard Bradford, DL Xavier Carlton, defensive back Alex Cook, linebacker Power Eccles, defensive back Caleb Hayes, quarterback Austin Reed, we hardly knew he. Running back Ian Wheeler, that one we saw. Tight end Joe Wilson. We already know the Bears have two tight ends locked up with Colston and Cole. Another pair of team players that have been waived already. Defensive back Trey Flowers got booted off. Royce Freeman, who I actually enjoyed, got the boot as well. And offensive lineman Joshua Miles also has been released from the Chicago Bears, which is all good, everybody. This is a part of the game, part of the team. This is what happens. There's also been some more injuries that have done some things. But what the good news is, those guys weren't really making much of an impact. I apologize. Some of them could come back for a practice squad. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Royce Freeman in that mention as well, because I liked Royce and I thought he did a pretty good job. But again, with what the Bears have, what the Bears are working with right now with Kyle Monangai and with Roshan Johnson, whether or not he's healthy, and DeAndre Swift showing shades of old DeAndre Swift in that third preseason game against the Chiefs, only time will tell exactly what it'll be. But again, I say this with a bit of a paradox. Ooh, I used a big word. I'm not even sure I used that correctly. But with this comes, we're going to see some more shocking cuts going on. Not just the Bears, but all the teams throughout the NFL. And that means opportunity for the Bears to either A, for general manager Ryan Poles to go surfing through the wire, or B, for him to still make some trades. There are still lots of things that can happen before we open up this season against the Minnesota Twins 2 weeks from Monday night, when the Bears open up their season against the Minnesota Vikings, that is. My God. Too many Minnesota teams. The Timberwolves, the Twins. I'm tired of talking about Minnesota. But either way, the Bears are going to have a lot more things to focus on. So even when this roster continues to get trimmed even more, and there haven't been many more rumors than that, what are the trades going to look like? Who are some things that the Bears are going to do? Because again, there are lots of things that the Bears still need. Yes, they made some trims to the running back room. Yes, they got some defensive backs out of here. There are still things that the Bears need. They need edge rushers like bad. With the injuries piling up and guys needing to get their booties in gear and injuries that happened during the preseason game against the Buffalo Bills and all the things that have culminated, the Bears have needs. They need things. So, yes, while it's tough to say goodbye to these guys on their way out, Trey Flowers, that one was that's not too bad, but Royce Freeman going, Joshua Miles, those guys I actually kind of liked. But the Bears need things, especially on that defensive end. We saw what the Bears need as far as what has to happen on the offense. We saw everything in clear as day. The lights got turned on. We saw what happens with this offense when they are still in spots where they need to be able to execute. But what we also saw was a defense that is not ready for Super Bowl type of teams yet either. Again, the Bears' schedule is not going to be marked up by teams that look like the Chiefs every week. So we can calm down on that one. The Vikings, they got a rookie quarterback. They got rookie situations going on with them too, with JJ, and we'll see what happens with them. I'm not really too worried about the Vikings, to be honest. I know they have a good system. I know their coaches are good, and they can just drop and plug and go with pretty much any quarterback. Even I could probably line up a couple of snaps and get a pretty decent season going with the Vikings and just how well they are orchestrated. I'm not too worried about them. The Packers, that's a dumpster fire waiting to happen. Jordan Love, he's garbage in my mind. What the Lions will be, who knows? Who knows what the Lions are really going to be? Yep, they still have a pretty decent head coach over there, and the culture is still what it was. But what was moving that train, the person that was responsible for making that a Super Bowl contender is now wearing a Bears hoodie fleece, and he's got a Bears headset on, and he's telling Caleb Williams what he's got to do on offense and the rest of the team. Because we got Ben Johnson. That's what the Bears did. They snagged Ben Johnson, and now it is a different culture in Chicago. As we move on from that topic into this one, we got to talk about some rumors that are coming out, because now that the Bears are finalizing who's going to be in that quarterback room, who's number one, who's number two. Number one, obvious, Caleb Williams. He's our number one. The number two is Tyson Bagent. They just extended him to a $10 million deal. Now, a lot of rumors are starting to bubble up for Tyson. It's good for Tyson, because they are saying that right now, yeah, if something were to happen with Caleb, Tyson is our guy. Ben Johnson seems to love him. Comments that Ben Johnson has made that he and Tyson are the same, that they are a very similar person where they take things too seriously. They're too intense. And when it comes time to actually, talking football, they are all right there. And he even said that there's a couple times where he needs to tell Tyson to lighten up because Tyson is too intense. Are we getting that from Caleb? No. Caleb is the one that's chosen. Let me make this perfectly clear. And everybody out there, they are saying right now that the leash on Caleb is not very long. And if he shows any flashes where the struggling continues, where things are still bad, that with Tyson Bagent already over there and insiders already telling places that if it doesn't hit his checkpoints, Bagent could be the option. All right, no one is saying that Caleb is getting benched, but the idea is, at least on the table, that the Bears want to win and Johnson wants results right away. We all do. But with that being said, Caleb Williams is what we are betting our future on. He's what we did. He's what Ryan Poles stuck his pole in the ground and said, Caleb is our guy. He's generational talent. His brain has got to get worked on. He's got to get NFL ready. And that's why we're bringing in Ben Johnson. Again, I have no problems with Tyson Bagent. I think I'm hearing way too much of him that in the inside, every time I hear the name Tyson Bagent, I'm starting to cringe a little bit. It's like hearing when Michael Jordan retired, but we got Pete Myers. Pete Myers is ready to go. Love Pete Myers as a guy, but was he ready to take over for Jordan? No. Was he a serviceable shooting guard? No, not really. But the guy could play a position while Scottie Pippen ran that team. So when we look over here towards the Bears, I don't want to hear about the guy that's supposed to replace the superstar that we're betting on and we're hoping he would become. So again, if anything bad were to happen to Caleb Williams and Tyson is our guy, I wouldn't want Tyson as the guy going forward. I don't think Tyson is ever going to be the Tom Brady waiting for Drew Bledsoe to get injured. That's not happening. If Caleb Williams gets injured, I want the Bears to go hunting and go get Josh Allen. I want them to trade everybody and go get me Lamar Jackson or go get me somebody that Ben Johnson can have a field day with and Tyson can stay number two. Tyson is serviceable. He's good. I like seeing Tyson on the field. I love him. I love his dad. I love the story of Tyson Bagent. You can't get mad at a guy who's crying after a $10 million extension and saying what it's doing for him and his family and his community. That's a great thing. But we don't even know what Tyson Bagent is with a string one offense either, with going against, starters of a defense. He did orchestrate a comeback against the Chiefs, against second and third stringers that are trying to make the team. So that's not a thing that we want to celebrate just yet. So again, while Tyson is ready and people are rumoring it, Caleb Williams, welcome to Chicago. The hot seat is hot. Nobody's ever comfortable. We're not used to winning tradition. We're not used to teams staying like the way that they are, such as, Kansas City and Buffalo. We're not used to what that is anymore here in Chicago. So until you can show us that you got this offense, that you are the guy without a shadow of a doubt, you will hear names like Tyson Bagent licking their chops, waiting for you to mess up so they can have at it. And that comes down to what we're talking about with this one as we move along. Are the Bears better this season than they were in 2024? Well, really, yes. The Ben Johnson era begins. We're talking about a head coach who right now is focused on the everything intangible. He is obsessed with this game. He's obsessed with winning. He is taking notes, and he's using fodder. He's taking notes that teams give him, all the negative things, and he's distributing that to his players so they can get the fire lit underneath them, kind of like the Jordan way of doing it, the Tom Brady. You read something, you take something, you listen to something, and you use that as fodder. You use that as fuel to get things going. Caleb Williams is going to be good. He's going to be good. It's going to take some time. It's going to take time to gel. It doesn't just have a couple of preseason games and then we're expecting it. It could take a second season. Yes, we're going to see flashes of brilliance, but we're also going to see the things click in where the things that he needs to learn, he's going to learn. What is this defense? I'm still trying to find out. I still trust in Dennis Allen. I love that guy. But with the team we saw against Buffalo and Miami, we're completely different. And the one we saw against Kansas City allowed touchdowns, 3 straight possessions, death questions lingers, still a running back and left tackle. And in the passing rush, there are things that need to be improved with this Bears team. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with what this team looks like. I think that until Caleb Williams finds consistency, it's hard to say if the Bears are that much better than last year. But from what I'm seeing, and especially how he played against Buffalo, that showed me that he still understands the little things. Yes, the preseason showed that they still can make stupid mistakes. There's still going to be pre-snap stuff. We're still going to see Caleb take a sack because he's that kind of quarterback. But I think we're also going to see some gems from him. We're going to see some flashes of brilliance, and that's what we're all signing up for here in Chicago. Either way, Bears stink. Bears are terrible this season, or they're great. We're here for all of it. This is Bears Latest. I'm Dan Levy for Fan Art Sports. Thanks again for jumping on. Jump in the comments section. Let me know if you think the Bears are better this year than they were last year and what your thoughts are. Once again, bear down. The Green Bay Packers suck, and you can follow me on all the socials at Base On Air, BASS On Air, and I'll be around the comments, so feel free to yap it up all you want. I'm with you. All we want is for this Bears team to win, and that's all it comes down to. So, Tyson Bagent, if you're the guy to bring this team to the promised land, I will sing your praises. But as of right now, in Caleb we trust, in Dennis Allen we trust, and in Ben Johnson, you got it. Go do your thing. Ryan Poles improved this team, and we'll be back here tomorrow to talk more about the Bears and who they've cut and who they should maybe pick up. Talk to you guys later.